Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shah. The big story that we are tracking at the top of this hour, a 45-year-old woman, she lost her life in Mumbai due to heavy deluge in the maximum city. She fell into an open drain while returning home. Her husband has blamed the Mumbai civic body, but the opposition, it is using this as fresh ammunition to target the state government in the run-up to state elections.
The rain mayhem in Mumbai ending in a tragedy. 45-year-old Vimal Gaikwad fell into an open drain in Mumbai's Andheri. This amid the heavy rains that lashed Mumbai and paralyzed the maximum city for hours. Apasa's wife, Vimal Gaikwad, was returning home from work when she fell into the open drain, which was not discernible due to waterlogging. Gaikwad filed a complaint with the police alleging criminal negligence by the civic body. So far, the police have filed an accidental death report and launched the probe. Simultaneously, even the Mumbai civic body has initiated a high-level inquiry. The committee has been directed to submit its report within 3 days. But the death has once again triggered a political row, coming just ahead of assembly elections in the state. This year itself, at least 7 people have died due to open manholes in Mumbai.
When we form our government after the state elections here in November, we will be inquiring into every cabinet decision that has come about in the past 3 months, especially in the past 3 cabinets, especially with regards to spending on highways, on roads and infrastructure projects. And let it be known that no officer or politician will be spared if we find any scam or unforeseen escalation.
अलग-अलग आरोप ऑपोजिशन के माध्यम से होते रहते हैं. जो मुंबई को बंद करने का काम इन्होंने किया, जो मेट्रो का काम रुकवाने का काम इन्होंने किया, जो potholes में सिर्फ भ्रष्टाचार करने का काम किया.
The Mumbai civic body is once again under the scanner due to this death. With political heat on the Maharashtra government, this is likely to become a key issue in an election year. With Paras Zama, Bureau Report, NDTV.
The Chinese Defense Ministry announced that China and India have made strides in reducing differences and building some consensus regarding the disengagement of troops from friction points in eastern Ladakh. It said both nations have agreed to maintain dialogue to achieve a resolution acceptable to both sides at an early date. Now, the big question, is momentum building up towards a resolution of the boundary dispute in Ladakh?
It's been reported in the Indian Express today that the last round of talks between India and China, which took place in Beijing, which had diplomatic emissaries from both sides and military emissaries as well, who've been working now for a long period of time towards finding a solution to the Ladakh standoff, did note some progress, but we don't have any details of the progress. It's now been reported by the Press Trust of India, or by the correspondent in Beijing, who reached out to the Chinese Defense Ministry, who seem to be indicating that there is, an effort towards a momentum to try and find a resolution. Now, what is that resolution going to be? We don't know. Remember, there are 2 areas where there are issues of instant concern. One is the Depsang area, and one is in the Depsang Plains area, and one is the Demchok area. This is all in Aksai Chin. It's all along the line of actual control. The Depsang Plains seem to be a very serious issue where the Chinese apparently came in quite sizably, and India has not been able to go back to our patrolling routes in that area. And Depsang, there is a huge divergence in the lay of the line of actual control there. Now, just a couple of days back, the Foreign Minister, Dr. Jaishankar, did say that 75% of the issues in Ladakh have been resolved. Now, that's true in the sense that buffer zones have been created in the north bank of the Pangong Lake, in the Galwan region, in the hot springs area. So wherever the Chinese came in, it is now a buffer zone in these three, 4 areas where neither Chinese or Indian soldiers patrol. The 2 remaining areas were the Depsang Plains. That's a matter of huge control given its location. That's in the very north, Osama, just to give you a geographical reference, of Ladakh. And one is further south, a place called Demchok. So if there is progress over in these 2 areas, then it would certainly be useful. Now, what can progress be? One of 2 things or both these things. One is there is a reduction in the number of soldiers by either side, significantly, because maintaining 50,000 odd soldiers in those heights in winter for India and China, extremely difficult. And secondly, there is a restoration of India's patrolling routes. Now, whether that happens or not, at this stage, we don't know. But I would say some momentum forward, but let's see what happens. Next round of talks in Delhi next month.
All right, shifting focus to Karnataka. Just a day after Lokayukt probe is ordered against Karnataka Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in connection to the Muda scam, Karnataka government has withdrawn general consent to CBI for investigations in the state. Now remember, this comes at a time when BJP, it has been pushing for CBI investigation into the Muda scam.
Hardening its stand against CBI investigations and backing Chief Minister Siddaramaiah in the alleged Muda scam. The Karnataka cabinet, after a 4-hour meeting, has decided to withdraw access to the CBI to probe cases in the state. The move is to preempt any effort by the centre to push for the Muda case or other corruption cases to the CBI. The cabinet also put the governor under check by deciding that any correspondence from him to the government will be passed on only after the approval of the cabinet.
We have taken a decision today to withdraw the permission, blanket permission that we had given to CBI to take any of the cases.
These decisions, on the backdrop of the demand for the CM's resignation and a CBI probe by the BJP, have only sharpened the political exchange in the state and could lead to further confrontation between the state government and the Raj Bhavan.
He is the chief minister. In his chief ministerial position, the inquiry will not go fairly. So CBI investigation has to happen.
The investigation by the Lokayukta, pursuant to what the Honorable High Court has said, was perhaps on expected lines. Therefore, it does not surprise us.
Meanwhile, in an embarrassment to the CM, senior Congress leader and former Speaker of the House went public asking the CM to resign. The Congress, though, both at Delhi and Bengaluru, is firmly backing the CM in this controversy.
I request the Chief Minister to resign, and after to come out of the blemish, you may become Chief Minister because you are supported by all the MLAs.
With the withdrawal of open consent to CBI investigation in the state, the Karnataka government may vehemently deny the Muda factor. But the timing of this decision raises questions on the Congress's fear factor. With camera person Govind, Pratibha Raman in Bengaluru for NDTV.
And my colleague Pratibha, she spoke exclusively to Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar on the state government's move. Listen in.
With respect to withdrawing the open consent to the CBI with respect to the investigation here, what are your thoughts, sir? Is this because of Muda scam?
It is not a Muda scam. It is a general decision where we could see that a lot of misuse of power is going on. So all opposition parties have taken a call in the various states. That is why we have decided. Earlier also there were some particular cases. Now in general the government has withdrawn it. It was been discussed. Any particular cases, definitely we will seek the assistance of CBI. Our state police are very competent. They can handle well.
So in case Mr. Snehamai Krishna, who's already approached the court, talks about the Lokayukta probe and it gets given to the CBI, then what will be the Karnataka government's reaction?
I don't think any court will interfere with such type of issues because they know that still the opportunity has not to be, it can't be looked at a political angle. It has to look at the where law remains. So I think all court will definitely, they will just look at in a legal angle.
And key YSR-CP leaders, they have joined the Jana Sena party. Former Minister Shri Balineni Srinivasa Reddy, former MLAs Shri Samineni Udebhanu, Shri Kilari Rusaiya, and YSRCP leaders from Vizianagaram district, Shri Avanapu Vikram and his wife. They have joined the Janasena Party. The Janasena Party President Pawan Kalyan, he warmly welcomed them into the party. And a legal notice has been sent to the Telangana MLA KTR, Chief Minister Reddy's kin. He has sued KTR for defamation. This notice is over false tender claims that were made. The claim says that the Chief Minister's relative, he unfairly was given a construction contract worth rupees 1100 crore. Welcome back. Delhi LG V.K. Saxena, he has proposed a plan to curb reckless driving. In a letter to Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, the LG has suggested hiking insurance premiums for vehicles with multiple traffic violations. Now, will this plan make roads safer? Here's a special report from Delhi.
Linking insurance premiums to traffic violations like speeding or reckless driving could encourage safer driving by hitting drivers where it truly hurts them, their wallets. This new strategy has been proposed by LG V.K. Saxena to curb road accidents in the national capital. The Delhi LG has urged Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to engage with the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, or IRDAI, to create a framework for implementing this policy, a policy which has already seen some success in few European countries. Recent government data shows an alarming trend in speeding and red light violations, which are key contributors to road fatalities. In fact, India sees 19 deaths every hour. According to a World Bank report, vehicles with multiple traffic violations have a 40% higher chance of being involved in fatal accidents. Closer home, in Delhi, 60% of fatal accidents last year involved vehicles that had previously been penalized for violations such as speeding and red light jumping. However, while higher insurance premiums may act as a financial penalty for violators, critics argue that this policy could disproportionately impact low-income drivers.
Practically, if the violation that has been happening, if it is not being tracked properly and the violation is without any fault of the driving person, in that case he will be penalized without any of his fault. That is the prime issue. So we need to track those violations properly and identify the fault behind it, and accordingly we can act on that. But otherwise the initiative I feel is good.
You said wrong side driving is the one of the major which we take care of that, because what happens when you are speeding a lot, but you don't know from where the person is coming, it is very much hard chance that anybody can meet to the accident.
It's not a very welcoming thing. They should consider more about awareness rather than penalizing the people, I would say.
The LG has urged our Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman to create a framework to implement this policy by discussing it with the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority to implement this policy, wherein drivers who will commit more traffic violations will have to pay the cost for it through their vehicle insurance. They will have to pay more vehicle insurance if they're committing more traffic violations. This will help in bringing down the number of accidents, the road accidents that occur here in the national capital. With camera person Sanjay Kaushik, this is Shreya for NDTV Delhi.
And it's the end of an era in Kolkata. Kolkata's tram system, which has been an integral part of the city's landscape since 1873, it is set to come to an end. The West Bengal government has decided to discontinue the service due to challenges posed by the city's traffic. However, passengers, they can still enjoy the experience of riding the iconic tram. Saurabh Gupta, he brings us this special report.
Kolkata's iconic trams, a part of its heritage, may soon be history, as trams could be relegated to just one heritage route instead of commercial services. Right now, there is only one or two routes that are functional, but they still offer commercial services, and trams exist as part of Kolkata's transport network. But that will soon be history. if one were to go by the Transport Minister's recent comment that soon trams will run on only one heritage route, that is the Kolkata Esplanade Khidirpur route, which is one of the most scenic tram routes that existed in the city. Boarding a tram is like going back in history. These are relics from the past, but they've been a part of Kolkata's culture for a very long time. And if they do not ply on the streets anymore, the people of Kolkata and those who love Kolkata will miss them. These old DC fans, you know, the old seats, they're noisy no doubt, but yet they bring back nostalgia. These trams are amongst Asia's oldest tramways and perhaps the oldest surviving tramway in Asia. But sadly, now they will be relegated to only a heritage route, and commercial services in all likelihood are likely to be withdrawn. But the tram ride is a moment of nostalgia, a moment of comfort, and a moment of familiarity for many people who regularly use the trams. आप बताइए, आप ट्रैम में क्यों सफ़र करते हैं और कोलकाता शहर से ट्रैम की एक अहम रिश्ता है?
जब हम लोग छोटे थे तब से ही देखते हैं ट्राम चल रहा है, अच्छा लगता है, और बंद होने पर मिस तो करेंगे, काफ़ी मिस करेंगे हम लोग।
और क्यों ट्रैम में सफ़र करते हैं? क्या सुविधा है ट्रैम की?
ट्राम में सुविधा है, अच्छा से मतलब बस से आराम है चलने में, धीरे चलता है, आराम से चलता है, पैसेंजर को कोई तकलीफ नहीं होता। और दूसरा चीज़ आपका है किराए भी कम है और सफ़र करना अच्छा लगता है।
आप डेली ट्रैम में सफ़र करते हैं?
हाँ, बराबर।
क्या ट्रैम के बारे में क्या अच्छा लगता है? क्यों ट्रैम को आप चूज़ करते हैं?
ये एक तो जो है हम लोग एजली जो है एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जो है सफ़र करते हैं, कोई तकलीफ़ नहीं है, कोई भीड़ नहीं है और चिप भी पड़ता है।
For citizens of Kolkata and tram lovers of Maximum City, it will be difficult to say goodbye to trams, because trams really are part of the hearts of the people of Kolkata. With camera person GD Shankar in Kolkata, Saurabh Gupta, NDTV.
Well, that's all the time we have for you. Keep watching NDTV.